In a world where we have everything and it's still not enough, we're often left wondering, is this really it?
Deep inside, you know there's more to life. You're ready to leave behind the old push your way through and claim the deeper, more meaningful life that's calling you.
That's what we invite you to explore with us.
We're your hosts,
Stephanie Allen
and Maren. And this is the Soulful Leader Podcast.
Yay! Have you ever had so much going on in your life that there just isn't any time or energy or even space for yourself? It's like, you're running on fumes on your gas tank and you realize you don't even know if you're going to make it to the gas station to fill up. Like you're exhausted and you don't know how to get off of this. Like you don't know how to get out of this pattern. It's like, it seems no matter what you do, you get behind. And there's a tendency for, or at least I know in my mind, there's a tendency that I'm like, oh, I have to try harder. I have to be better. I have to fix this. I have to force it. And what if it was actually the opposite? What if it was actually giving you permission to just stop?
It makes me think of there's that, I guess it's a kind of a meme, less is more. Right.
Yeah.
So often, people say that. I know I say that. And it fits in lots of different circumstances. And yet, what does it mean? How do we really apply that? Less is more. Because society tells us more is more.
Yeah. And that hard, like being hard-hearted or like, it's just business, just move forward and pummel it, And when I think of the body work that I do, sometimes people just want to get in there and strip the living daylights out of a muscle, like get that elbow in there and go hard and, punish it. And I always think of it, if you think of a baby crying, you're not going to go in there and pick up the baby and spank the baby. You're going to gently hold the baby and rock it and create an environment for it to feel safe. You're actually going to soften. And I know that this is true with the body work that I do, is like, instead of going in there and trying to beat or pummel up the sore muscle, sometimes if you actually just gently allow the space to relax and soften, the body will then go, oh, okay, it's safe, and it relaxes. The same is true with the, yeah.
Yeah, I think about that in an argument, right? If you're in an argument with somebody, or if you're in a disagreement and you're like, no, it's my way. No, it's my way. And you're just butting heads.
Yeah.
If one of the people says, tell me about your way, instead of, no, I know, all of a sudden there's a softening of like, you want to know about my way? Yeah, I do. Tell me more.
And what you're just saying right there is that all of a sudden there's a space for a conversation or a perspective. Or when I'm talking about bodywork, there's a space for healing to happen.
So going back to where you started, it's like when we feel run down, run over, like we're running on fumes, how does that apply?
Well, I think, what happens is that we end up crashing. Like we end up either having a meltdown, getting sick, hurting ourselves,
hurting someone
else. Like there's pain or suffering that happens. And what if we didn't have to wait till that pain or suffering to happen? Like you're already out of gas. What if you just pulled over and asked for help? What if you just pulled over and said, okay, I'm out of gas. This is a metaphor. I might need to call, CAA or AAA kind of thing and have them come and tow me. That's okay. Or maybe it's this realization of like, I need to say no to something. Maybe it's in the outer world, like, to someone or to something, but sometimes maybe it's no to a way of thinking in your own consciousness. Like if we're ungrateful or if we're complaining, that doesn't get us anywhere. It's not helpful.
No, it really isn't. And we're not, when you said that, maybe you just need to stop and ask for help. Like parts of me went, oh, we can't ask for help, right? That's so taboo in our culture.
Well, I know we're told to look like it's weak or something. but
Right.
it's not.
So tell me about that. What do you mean by it's not? Because I hear it's kind of like that less is more thing. I hear the words and I don't know what that means. Tell me what that means as it's not.
Best way to put it would be there are things that all of us have gifts and strengths, and we all have weaknesses. And we tend to look at those weaknesses as failures. And so
Yeah,
we tend to put all our energy into either adapting, meaning avoiding those weaknesses at all costs, or hiding them,
hiding
covering
them.
them up. Don't let anybody see your weakness.
Hmm.
Instead of saying, acknowledging them, going, okay, I'm out of gas. Okay, but there's somebody else whose gift is to give you gas.
Hmm.
And when we ask for help, we're actually enrolling someone else to be in that hero role, or in that we're allowing them to actually give us their gifts.
Well, I'm going to use the word you used earlier, space. It's like I've made space inside of myself for the value that somebody else has to bring.
Yeah.
When I'm so independent all the time and fighting for myself, it's that there's no space, there's no opening to allow somebody else any value. And they're doing the same
Yeah.
thing. And if they're doing the same thing, that means that they can't see my value because they're so busy trying to prove their own value. So all of us are out there just trying to prove our own value. Nobody's actually listening. There's no space. So
Exactly. That's exactly it. And also, if you're not asking for help, you're probably cranky as all get out. And who wants to be around a cranky, prickly person? It's like, this freaking cactus coming in. Don't get too close. I'm cranky. And it's like, well, yeah, I'm not going to help you. You're freaking prickly. But if we
you also,
soften that same idea that you said about the
yeah.
dialogue, when they soften, you're like, man, I'm just really not good at this. Can you help me? There is such a connection. There's such intimacy with that. And that is the closeness that it's like, wow, you're acknowledging me that I can help you. That's so lovely. I hope I can. If I can't, I'll find somebody who can. But what you're doing is you're enrolling this intimate, vulnerable, loving connection. And there's space for possibility of a whole new seeing ourselves and seeing each other, and seeing the relationship completely different.
So our audience doesn't necessarily know that this is like my fifth business that I have, right? So I've had multiple businesses. Stephanie also has multiple businesses and been very successful in my businesses. And one of the things that I did earlier this year was I enrolled a coach, a business coach. And I'm thinking about it from the perspective that you're talking right now. And it would be really easy. And I have done this. So I'm definitely not above it of like, oh, I've been successful in business, so I know what I'm doing. Blah, 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 blah. Right? That's my ego talking. And things change on a regular basis. And I was like, you know what? I need help. And so I had a meeting with that coach today, and there were some things that he said that's like, oh gosh, I know that already. And it was a really good reminder in a timely fashion. And then there were some things that I was like, oh, I hadn't considered it like that. And it felt vulnerable to put myself in a position to say, I don't know. When my ego wanted to be like, oh no, I know I have successful business. I need to prove myself. I need to keep making sure everybody knows that I have success. Like, whatever, right? It was so much
It's so
more,
exhausting.
yeah, it's
Mhm.
exhausting to do that. And it was so much more empowering and powerful to say, I don't know. Tell me, you know? And it enrolled him in a dialogue and it gave me ideas. It was so wonderful. And just that as a
Yeah.
reminder inside myself to do that with myself too.
Yeah, I have this 15-minute rule I'm starting to learn now, is
Yeah.
that if I'm struggling with something, and you know this one, because I've called you to help me on things, because you're really good at things that I am really not so great, or nor am I interested in all that much. But when I have, say, a problem with technology, like, who can I call to help me? And my old self would say, "Oh, I don't want to bother them." But they're masterful at it. It's not even a bother. They're like, "Oh, Steph, you do this, this, and this, and you're done." Or if I have issues around banking, or like, find people where you're weak, find either a system or a person that could help you be in that place. So when I'm stuck with something, see, there's nothing that drives me crazier than trying to like, in this whole new world of AI, and you have to go through the chat bot. Drives me crazy. Because half the time my question does not fit in the chat box. Like, I mean, it just doesn't, it's like file not found kind of thing. I'm
Right.
like, can I just talk to a human being that can, like, decipher what the hell I'm needing? Because I don't know what I'm needing right now. So I do find it struggle with the AI. And so I'm looking for somebody who can help me with that. Because I could just spend an entire day struggling over something. And then my energy is completely depleted. I'm probably cranky as all get out. And then I'm tired and I just want to go to, and I can't serve anybody else because I'm just too cranky.
Mm.
So all of a sudden it's this effect that I'm now useless to everybody else that I'm here to serve.
Yeah.
Instead of, now what I've done with myself, I said, okay, in 15 minutes, if I cannot solve this problem by going onto Google or YouTube or whatever, and I can't solve the problem myself, then who do I need to talk to? There's somebody who knows how to do this. Even to direct me with a question on Google, they could help me.
I love this because you have set a time limit and you said, okay, if me making something happen doesn't happen with, if it's so much of a struggle within 15 minutes, you know what? I'm going to stop and make space. I'm going to open that door and say, there's somebody else, which now you're empowering somebody else too in your
Yeah.
world, right? And it's such a different paradigm, and one that we really need to be embracing right now as a culture. We've done the me thing. I have to do it all by myself, pull myself up by my bootstraps, et cetera, et cetera. And, you know, when I look around the world and see where it's gotten us, I'm not really impressed.
No, because it's the silo mentality, right? It's like you put everybody in a silo instead of, like, what if we all can work together? Everybody has a different attribute. Everyone has a different gift for a reason. We're
Yes.
actually like a big combination lock that each one of us has a number to open up the safe.
Oh, I love that. And when I keep trying the same number, which is me, I never get the combination because
And
it
then we yell at the
requires
safe. It's stupid safe. It's not opening. Stupid me. I can't do it.
it
Stupid
requires
world. I hate this
another.
world. And then we just,
Right.
how is that helpful to anybody, including
Not
ourselves?
at all.
So there's this shift from moving from self-pity, because I really truly believe that's where I go. It's like, oh, poor me, to what if the reason I can't get this is that I am actually meant to enroll someone else, to be
Yeah.
in relationship, because it's about more than just me. Because when I can solve a problem, or I can get a problem that I have solved, then it frees up my energy so that I can really live my strengths and I can really be in service to so many others. And it makes the world so much better, so much
That
kinder.
that space piece is critical for us as a culture, for us as individuals. And there's so many places. I can't wait to do more podcasts around this piece of space. And for today, really just kind of as a recap, thinking about if your gas tank is empty, if you're running on fumes, if you're running from this to this to this, and oftentimes super high achievers do that. And we run to the next thing because it's scary to just stop, to ask for help, to allow some space.
So I would say, if you're running on fumes and you're running on empty, what is the new belief system you need to have so that you could
Mm.
ask for help? Because there's some sort of gas in your tank that's eroding you, that's depleting you, that says either I'm useless, or I'm no good, or I'm not enough. All those things that are eroding, like you have to change a belief about yourself and about the world.
It
Even if
could
I ask for help and I won't get it, it's like, well, keep asking because eventually you will get it. You'll learn.
it could even be a belief that like I've done all the stuff and I still feel empty, right? Like so it may not even be that you're feeling like it still may be that you're feeling you're not enough because okay, I did all this stuff and I like now what? There's got to be
Mhm.
more. And that is all going to require space and allowing yourself to breathe. And there's more to it, which maybe we'll get into
Stay
that in a
tuned.
stay
Stay
tuned in
tuned.
another podcast. If you're interested, you can find out more about us on our website, tslp.life. And we're on this podcast every other week. So subscribe, come join us. We'd love to hear from you. See you in a couple weeks on the Soulful Leader podcast.
And that wraps up another episode of the Soulful Leader podcast with your hosts, Stephanie Allen
and Maren Oslack. Thank you for listening. If you'd like to dive deeper, head over to our website at thesoulfulleaderpodcast.com.
Until next time.